What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of me talking watches. I missed you. You missed me? No? I am very excited for today's episode. We're going to be talking about a watch that I was having my eye on for quite a while, and it's pretty hot on the market now, and it's the only reason you know what, let's just go back to the story. And I think the story is this, that my favorite watch of all times is the Nautilus 5711. And you know, I was thinking, I can't afford this watch. This watch is just way out of my price, and especially when Patek Philippe, they said that they have discontinued the 5711, and seeing what the prices were going and how crazy they were going up, I said there's no way in hell I ever own a 5711. It's just insane. This is yeah, too much. So I was looking at it more and more, and I was wondering, what do I like the most about this watch? And then the watch that we're going to be talking about today has something very similar with it, and that is the integrated bracelet. And that is something that I've come across about a year ago when I was, you know, looking at the 5711 and, you know, this whole integrated bracelet, and I was like, man, you know what, I really like that. And then I started to look at more and more watches that have integrated bracelet, and I was like, man, this is really nice. It brings back some of the, you know, old touch, and I just think they're very comfortable, and they're so nice, and they're very unique because there's not a lot of options of integrated bracelet. And that is the Tissot PRX. The PRX was introduced, or the new PRX was introduced, what, about half a year ago or something like that. And I had mixed up feelings because I really liked how it looked. It looked amazing. It had the integrated bracelet, perfect sizing, 40mm case with 44mm lug to lug, 10.4 millimeters of thickness because of its quartz movement. And this is one thing that I did not like about the watch, and that was the movement. I don't do well with quartz movements. Feel like they're fine, they have their niche for sure, but if I'd spend my money, I would always choose the automatic version if the same watch would offer both, even if the automatic version is more expensive. Guess what? They released an automatic movement version of the Tissot PRX, and that is the PRX Powermatic 80. You guys have no idea how excited I was, and I was thrilled to see the pictures. I was thrilled to see how it looks, and it was amazing. And this is the reason why I want to talk about it today, because man, this watch is something that I'm looking at every day, and I want to get it. I think it's a great watch, and you know what we're going to be doing today is I'm going to talk about it, review it, see what I like, what I don't, and you know, most importantly is if you have the budget for it, should you get it or not? Now, the Powermatic 80, it was, the moment when I saw it, I just couldn't stop. I think I screamed even in the house. I was like, no freaking way, they actually made one. And you know, looking at it, I don't know if anybody actually has commented on that, but I think that the watch has some similarities to the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak. And you know, yes, we start with the integrated bracelet, but I mean, take a look at that dial. That dial is absolutely gorgeous, and that dial is something that, you know, knocks it out of the park when it comes to the quartz movement. Like the quartz movement just has a simple dial, nothing special about it. And when they released the Powermatic 80, they've changed the dial, and oh boy, this thing is absolutely beautiful. It is so simple. There's nothing special about it, but to me it's just so rugged, and it's just luxurious at the same time. I really like it. I don't know how to express my feelings about it, but I really like it. So again, I think that the watch is very similar to the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak, and I don't know how, but these guys were able to, you know, the integrated bracelet, take that vintage style. You know, it's a watch that, you know, maybe your grandpa would wear. This and then putting this modern dial with this 80 hours of power reserve, and that is what Powermatic 80 stands for. It gives you an 80 hours of power reserve. So this is absolutely insane, because most watches offer 48 hours of power reserve, and you know, sometimes you get annoyed because you just put the watch down, and 2 days later, or 2 days later, the watch is stopped, and then you have to wind it again, and you know, set the time, set the date, set the day, and stuff like that. But this one is much longer, which I am actually very excited of. The water resistance is 100 meters. It's not ideal, but it's not bad. I like it too. I love to take all my watches in water and swim with them. This will do for now, but this is one thing that I'm very excited about, because as you have more watches, as you build a collection, then you don't wear the watch, one and the same watch all the time. So you want to wear a watch a few days, and then you want to wear another watch for a few days, and rotate them like that. And here's where the problem is, because you wear it a few days, and by the time you put it down, the one that you wore it a few days ago stops working. So you have to wind it, set the time, set everything again. But this is not going to happen with the PRX, because it will last way longer. The PRX Powermatic 80 also comes in a 40mm case with a 40mm lug to lug, and this time is 10.8mm thickness, which is really, really good comparing to the quartz also being at 10.4mm. It's only 0.4 difference between the two of them, and being under 11mm thickness, this watch is still very, very slick. It's very wearable, and it's very comfortable on your wrist. It offers you a sapphire crystal. I absolutely love that. Extremely high resistance to impact, and also Tissot saying that their watches, or the watch cases, they undergo through a lot of tests, and one of them including the water resistance test, which is really good. Tissot also tests their watch's ability to resist impact and pressure, as well as the penetration of liquids or gas, dust, by just replicating the real-life conditions in which the watch can find itself later. So it's one of those watches that you're not afraid to beat it up or scratch it. And I think for somebody that has a big budget, that might not be something very relevant, because they can just buy a lot of watches. But for somebody like you and me, you would want your watch to be more resistant and more capable. And yeah, this watch can offer you that. It's very adventurous watch, and also just giving you that luxurious touch. I think they've just been able to create one of the perfect watches. And one of the craziest things is the price, because a watch like this, show it to anybody and nobody will be able to guess the right price, because nobody is going to guess that this watch is under $1,000, and it's well under $1,000. The PRX quartz movement, they give it to you at $375, while the PRX Powermatic 80, they offer it at $675, which is insane. And yes, I'm talking about USD dollars, but yeah, this watch is crazy. I mean, you're getting a watch from a brand that make watches for a very, very long time, that stood the test of time, and that gives you that, Swiss manufacturer. It's amazing. And there's not a lot of options when we're talking about Swiss manufacturers under $1,000 with this specifications, with 100 meters of water resistance, with 80 hours of power reserve. The integrated bracelet, again, there's not a lot of options in general of integrated bracelet watches, and then you have this option to get this at $600 or $700. This is really, really good. I think this watch is very successful. I think this watch has a lot to talk about. I feel like this watch is getting the right attention, and the attention it deserves, because it's great. And I think if you are looking to invest some money into a watch now that not only that will give you all of these great features of 80 hours of power reserve, 100 meters of water resistance and stuff like that, just beautiful design, timeless look and stuff like that, sapphire crystal, they not to encourage you or anything like that, but if you even look on the secondary market, this watch is going up in value, so it's gaining more and more value. So if you go on Chrono 24, which I think Chrono 24 is kind of an overpriced place for watches, but yeah, you do see this watch going up in price. I found it for as high as $1,900, so that is more than double, which is crazy to me. But I not encourage you guys to buy and sell, but what I'm encouraging you guys is, if you get this timepiece, then not only that you will wear it and enjoy and have that 80 hours of power reserve, or 100 meters of water resistance, or that sapphire crystal, and just this beautiful timepiece that will forever be with you, but at the end of the day, you know that you put your money into something that is going up in price. So it's a great piece, it's a great investment, if I can put it this way. I think for anybody that has that amount of money and is looking to buy their next watch, I think the PRX is absolutely a must go to, and yeah, you guys should get it. So let me know what you guys think of the Tissot PRX. Comment down below. I'm really interested to see what are your opinions on that integrated bracelet look, you know, the old style with the new modern look. And yeah, I'd really like to know what you guys think. Please do like and subscribe to the channel, and yeah, give me a follow on Instagram if you want to. If not, that's fine. But yeah, enjoy the summer, stay safe, stay cool. Until next time, bye.